The world went silent for a moment when I saw you, and all the emotions I've been holding inside came rushing forward, crashing like waves on the shore. Seeing you face to face was like flipping a switch. It was as though everything I had been holding back suddenly surged forward, unfiltered and raw. I always knew something was there, but when I saw you in person, it hit me like a thunderstorm, intense, overwhelming, and impossible to ignore. We can talk for hours, but there's something different about seeing someone in person. In that instant, everything shifted for me. Suddenly, I knew what I really felt. I've never felt a moment so intense, so full of emotion as when I saw you. Everything that had been inside me seemed to spill out all at once. It's funny how one moment can change everything. Seeing you in person made me realize something so deep and personal that I've been carrying it with me ever since. I thought I had control over my emotions, but when I saw you face to face, it was like everything broke free. Suddenly, I couldn't hold it all back anymore. There's a clarity that comes with seeing someone in person. It's like the fog lifts, and suddenly everything you've been feeling makes perfect sense. I didn't expect the flood of emotions that came with seeing you in person. It was like a revelation, one that has stood with me ever since. The moment our eyes met, something deep within me clicked. I realized then that I had been avoiding something I needed to confront, and it left me speechless. Seeing you face to face wasn't just a meeting, it was an awakening. It was as if I was finally seeing the truth of everything I've been feeling all along. I never expected a simple meeting to shake me the way it did. But when I saw you in person, I knew something had changed forever within me. When I saw you face to face, I couldn't help but wonder how much more I had to learn about myself and how much more I could feel for you. It's amazing how one glance, one moment, can make you realize everything you've been holding inside. That was what happened when I saw you. I thought I understood my feelings, but seeing you in person changed everything. It's like the floodgates opened, and I was overwhelmed by emotions I didn't expect. There's a moment when everything becomes clear, and for me, that moment came when I saw you face to face. Suddenly, I understood things I couldn't grasp before. Seeing you in person wasn't just a meeting, it was a turning point in my life. It opened up a door to emotions I wasn't prepared to face, but I couldn't turn away. I never realized how much more I could feel until I saw you. That one moment of connection made me realize just how deeply I've been impacted by you. You don't expect a meeting to change your life, But when I saw you face to face, everything shifted. My heart, my mind, everything was flooded with new realizations. What I thought was just another ordinary moment turned into something extraordinary when I saw you. In that instant, everything I thought I knew was turned upside down. Seeing you face to face made me realize something I hadn't known before: how much my heart had been longing for this connection, this moment, this truth. It's amazing how one meeting can change your entire perspective. When I saw you, I realized how much more I had to understand about myself and about us. I thought I knew my heart, but when I saw you face to face, I understood that my feelings ran deeper than I could have ever imagined. There's an undeniable force when you meet someone in person, a pull that you can't ignore. And when I saw you, I couldn't ignore the feelings that surged inside me. Seeing you face to face made me face emotions I wasn't prepared. It was like everything I thought I knew about love and connection was suddenly redefined. The truth about how I feel hit me like a wave the moment I saw you. It's funny how seeing someone can make everything inside you come to life. There are moments in life when everything changes, and for me, that moment was when I saw you. The feelings, the emotions, the connection, everything became clear. I thought I had all the answers, but when I saw you, I realized that I had so much more to learn about myself, about us, and about how deeply I feel. The way you looked at me when we finally met face to face stirred something deep inside me. It was as if I could no longer hide from what I was truly feeling. Seeing you felt like stepping into a world I hadn't known existed. The emotions that flooded me were both overwhelming and beautiful, leaving me with a sense of longing. The moment I saw you, everything I thought I knew about love and connection was thrown out the window. Suddenly, the truth about how deeply I feel became impossible to ignore. I never knew how much seeing you face to face would shake me to the core. It's as if everything changed in that one moment: the weight of my feelings, the depth of the connection. When our eyes met in person, it felt like time stopped. Suddenly, I understood something I couldn't quite grasp before, something that has shifted my entire perspective. I thought I knew what it meant to feel connected to someone, but seeing you face to face made me realize just how deeply I was wrong about everything I thought I knew. The moment I saw you, it was like the universe whispered the truth to me. Suddenly, everything made sense, and I couldn't ignore the emotions bubbling up inside me. There's something profound about meeting someone in person. You can feel their energy, their presence in ways that words can't explain. And when I saw you, something shifted inside me. I've always wondered what it would be like to finally see you in person, but nothing prepared me for the wave of realization that hit me when our gazes finally met. Sometimes you think you've figured it out, then life throws you a curveball, like seeing you in person, and suddenly everything you thought you knew is turned upside down. There's a certain magic that happens when you meet someone face to face, and in that instant, I felt a deep shift within me, one I never expected but desperately needed. Seeing you, really seeing you, made me confront emotions I'd been hiding from for so long. It was a revelation I didn't know I needed. Our first real meeting felt like a revelation, one that unraveled layers inside me I didn't even know existed. It left me questioning everything, yet somehow knowing more. That moment, when I saw you up close, everything changed. Suddenly, the feelings I've been suppressing rushed to the surface in a flood of emotion I wasn't ready for. How can a single moment of seeing someone in person shift everything you thought you understood? When our paths crossed, something deep within me was awakened. It was just supposed to be a simple meeting, but when I saw you face to face, it turned into an emotional earthquake that left me questioning my entire reality. I always imagined this moment, but never in my wildest dreams did I expect it to have such a profound impact on me. Seeing you in person felt like uncovering a part of myself I didn't know was lost. They say you never truly understand something until you experience it firsthand. And seeing you in person was a realization I wasn't prepared for, one that changed everything. There are moments in life that hit you like a sudden wave, knocking you off your feet. Seeing you face to face was one of those moments, leaving me breathless and unsure of what's next. You don't realize how deeply something affects you until you face it head on. And when I saw you in person, it was as though I couldn't avoid the truth any longer. I used to think I had it all figured out. Then I saw you face to face. In that moment, I knew everything was about to change in ways I never imagined. Seeing you wasn't just an encounter, it was a turning point in my life. The emotions that flooded in made me realize how much deeper this connection goes than I ever thought. In that single moment, when I laid eyes on you, everything I thought I understood about myself and us was shattered, leaving me to pick up the pieces of what I now feel. I didn't expect it to hit me so hard, but when I saw you in person, a flood of realizations came rushing in, changing my entire perspective on life and love. When we finally stood face to face, it was as if the universe finally showed me something I was blind to all along. And now I can't stop thinking about the way you made me feel. I thought I knew what it meant to connect with someone, but when I saw you face to face, everything I thought I understood shifted into something deeper, more intense. There's a certain kind of intimacy that only comes when you see someone up close. And when I saw you, I realized just how much my heart had been quietly longing for this moment. Seeing you felt like a jolt of energy coursing through me. The emotions hit hard and fast, reminding me of how deeply I've been connected to you all along. They say your true feelings come to the surface when you least expect it. And when I saw you face to face, the truth hit me like a wave, leaving me in awe of what had just unfolded. I thought I was prepared for this moment, but nothing could have prepared me for the rush of emotions that hit when I saw you. It's as though everything inside me stirred to life. When our eyes met, I was suddenly flooded with feelings I didn't know how to handle. It was like a spark that ignited everything within me, revealing a truth I wasn't ready to see.